Today I wanted to talk about one of my most important crops, which is beetroot. And they're important for a few reasons. I mean, one, they're really tasty, incredibly versatile and really healthy to eat, but also they just store so incredibly well, and so they're such an important crop going through all of winter and into spring. And in fact, we've only just last week, I think, finished the beetroot that we've had in store. I store them in damp wood chips in the shed, and yeah, they just keep great. And you know, basically, they're almost as good quality, I think, when you pick them in May out of the wood chip as they were when I picked them out of the ground back in October sometime. Anyway, it's May, and so I want my new crop of beetroot to be ready now, just as the storage crop is finishing. And it's always been a bit of a challenge for me. You know, I don't really have a good place to put them. They occupy quite a lot of prime space for quite a lot of time if I try and do them in the polytunnel. So this year I've been doing them in slightly different ways, and I just wanted to show you around and show you the different ways that I've been interplanting the beetroot, show you the progress actually of those early beetroot that we're picking now. So we got a nice continuous supply. We actually picked our first beetroot the week after we finished the storage crop, so we just had no gap in beetroot at all, and that's exactly how I like it for all of my staples. So yeah, I'll show you around. This is my furthest on succession of beetroot, and so I'm so pleased with the way that I planted these. So basically they're just on the edge of the polytunnel, they're on the south edge, so the size is great. So they're kind of cricket ball size at the moment, which is about the size that I like to be harvesting my beetroot. I only did single ones, and I used the variety Pablo, and I'm really pleased with that. The quality is absolutely first rate. And basically I filled every edge of my beds with the beetroot. I've got quite a lot on this side of the bed as well, and again they're all looking really healthy. Slightly smaller on this side than on that side, obviously because they got slightly less light. But yeah, all these edges of the beds are great, and of course these were just really small plants when these beds were full of spinach and salad onions and lettuces and all of that sort of thing. They didn't get in the way because they're just planted down the edge. They did need quite a lot of watering, but they've been great. So I've got somewhere in the region of 40 plants on the edges of beds. Some of those are most of them are one, some of them are two seedlings per plant, per station rather. So looking in one of my little low tunnels. This one's got some peppers in it, and at the back of that again we've got beetroot, again one or two seedlings per station, and again they're doing great. They're slightly smaller than the ones in the polytunnel, but I won't be harvesting these for a few weeks. And so again these were just at the back of initially a lettuce bed, and then an Asian greens bed. They just sat at the back there, not in the way of anything, still not in the way of the peppers, and have grown fantastic. And then these are the beetroot that I'm going to be eating all the way through sort of midsummer and late summer and autumn, early autumn. And so these are all fairly small, and they don't need to be big because, as I say, I've got 6 weeks or so supply of beetroot growing along those edges. And these are interplanted with main crop onions, and the tin cans were there initially to support the fleece that covered them, and now they're just there to deter the birds. And similar sort of story here. These are golden beetroot, and they're looking lovely as well. And these are interplanted with salad onions around the edge, main crop onions in the centre, and then there's some more of the Pablo. Now, because these are growing for harvest in summer, these have got a lot more seedlings per module. So these are kind of 3 or 4 seedlings per module. Loads more in here, much bigger yield overall than the early ones. But if you want really early ones, don't do 3 or 4 seedlings in each module. And these are interplanted with leeks in the centre and salad onions around the edge. Just about to sow my storage beetroot, and they are going to go in this bed, which is currently full of garlic with a bit of rust on it, and basically at about the same density as these are sown. I will be planting the beetroot into this bed, and it's a pretty big bed, and that's about what we need for storage beets. So for more on growing beetroot, I'll put you to my book and the individual growing guide section, and you find a link to that in the description below, and scroll down, not surprisingly, to beetroot. And here you'll find all the details of the way that I grow beetroot and all the different successions that I grow. And I've just been showing you the first earlies, for example, and the second earlies and the early main crop. And yeah, all bit by bit, you know, how to grow them, how to harvest them, different successions, the life cycle of the plants, using the leaves, etc, etc. Lots of information, fertilising, and loads more videos. So take a look at that if you want more, and also of course all of my recommended varieties. So I hope you like this quick video. And how do you grow beetroot? What varieties do you like? My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.